Two guys have Minnesota sports flowing in their veins. Mackey and Judd on Score North and ScoreNorth.com.
Okay, some Monday statements and questions here on Minnesota Sports with Mackey and Judd. Presented in part by Golf Season. The Meadows at Mystic decks. Get those tee times booked while it's 75 and sunny.
Oh, beautiful weather for golf. Go to golfthemeadows.com to book that tee time. Great place to golf. It's located there in Prior Lake, just south of the Twin Cities. Maybe you're coming up or just looking for a great place to golf in general. It's an awesome spot. They're also putting in the new launch pad, which is really cool for this fall. That's going to be awesome. Go to golfthemeadows.com, though, to book that tee time. Send us a screenshot. Show me what it's like to not have to duff a drive off the tee. I'd love to see that. So go to golfthemeadows.com to book that next tee time.
All right, boys. I actually have a question I'd love for us to maybe collectively answer together here. Okay. It's been a while since we've done any sort of, it's probably been at least 2 years since we've done an updated top 10 Minnesota athletes list. So that is my question to you. With Anthony Edwards emerging into the second round of the playoffs, Kirill Kaprizov season just came to an end, but one of the best, brightest young goal scorers. Royce Lewis activated today from the injured list. And actually, my wife and I, we ran into a Nafisa Collier in Minneapolis.
Oh, nice.
Go Lynx. Let's go. Defensive Player of the Year in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Just one of those like chance celebrity encounters.
Very nice.
Nafisa Collier. So my question to you guys is, in what order, who are the top 10 athletes in Minnesota right now? And in what order would you rank them?
Okay.
Don't forget Justin Jefferson as
Anthony Edwards, Jefferson.
One.
Yeah, we got to figure out.
I'm trying to think on the Vikings if there are, because 10's actually a pretty decent number to choose from.
Who's number one?
Yeah, that's the thing. Who do you put one between Jefferson and Ant? Because I think it's one of those two. It's 1 and 2. But who's one?
Yeah.
Recency bias would lead me to say Ant.
Ant can control his circumstances more, if that means much. Like Jefferson needs someone to throw him the ball. Kaprizov is in. I think Kaprizov's in the discussion, but he might be 3 with the way things are going, especially with him out of the playoffs again. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of.
I'm gonna say Anthony Edwards number 1. Let's set one here.
Okay.
If somebody wants to really fight that, then
Jefferson's 2.
Okay.
I think Kaprizov has to be 3.
Yeah.
Is Collier 4? I'll say this. I don't think there's anyone on the Twins who currently has to be put in the top 5.
Because Royce has been hurt so much.
Yeah, and Buxton, I love
Buxton's good, but he's not what he was, and Correa has also been hurt in back of mind.
Correa's not on the top 10 right now, potentially.
I mean, we will fill out the list. I think we can probably put Buxton near the back end of the top 10.
Sure.
He's
and
in
Royce
the discussion.
Sure.
He's in.
And Royce as well.
And
I'm
Royce.
just saying top 5, no.
Yeah.
Danny Coulomb.
Danny, I mean, he hasn't allowed to run, right? He's perfect.
What about Todd France? He's playing really well.
Ty
Harrison
France?
Bader?
You call him Todd?
You call him Todd
Oh,
France.
Ty France. Yeah, Todd.
Put some
Sorry.
respect on his
All
name.
due respect. I'm sure you're a great guy, Ty.
He means no
All due
respect, by the
respect.
way.
Is Collier
Tad.
4?
Tad France. I mean, Nafisa Collier
really
is one
good.
of like the 4 to 5 best players in the entire WNBA.
I mean, I think she's in the top 5.
She's a 20 points per game scorer in a league that plays 40-minute games. She's one of the best defensive players in the league. She's the best player on one of the best teams in the WNBA. Yeah, she was second in MVP voting last year. I mean, second in MVP voting.
Yeah.
So she's probably 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think then the question is,
Who's 5?
There's probably other players above the first twin, or do you feel obligated to put a twin
No, I don't.
5th here? No.
I don't. Not now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Okay, who are the next Vikings? Because you could, by the way, I would fight for Rudy Gobert to be on here.
I was just gonna say Rudy. Where do we put Rudy?
Who's the second best player on the Timberwolves?
Right.
I think it's Rudy Gobert.
Rudy, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my question. Who's 5? Like, is there a Viking who should be 5? I feel like there's not a twin who should be 5.
Who's the second best Viking? Because right now we're comparing the second best on each
I'm trying to
team.
think on defense. Is there?
So let's just go through it. Darrisaw and Brian O'Neill, you have tackles. 2 good tackles.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jonathan Grenard, who was a badass for you.
Phil's guy Van Ginkel.
You can put in Van Ginkel.
You know what? I'm going to throw out a wild card one here. Josh Metellus.
I think he's good.
He's not. I don't think. Yeah, I would put Darrisaw. Darrisaw is more solidified as one of the top 3 left tackles.
So So is Darrisaw 5?
I think it's Darrisaw.
It's probably Darrisaw.
Probably Darrisaw. And I know he's hurt. He got hurt.
But he's phenomenal.
But at his yes, and Darrisaw.
Okay. I mean, hell, once we get a load of Javon Hargrave, he might make a case for this list, but he has not played a game yet.
So, Phil, you're saying Gobert belongs on the list, though?
I think Gobert has to be on here.
Okay.
Let's workshop this. Put him 6th.
Okay.
So that'd be a 1 through 6 of Anthony Edwards, Justin Jefferson, Kirill Kaprizov, Nafisa Collier, Christian Darrisaw, Rudy Gobert 6. And now we're into the last 4.
Is Buxton 7? I mean, I think Buxton can be in the top 10.
He probably is.
I mean, right now Buxton's a better player than Royce.
That's a fair point. Like overall, when you include defense and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's a better player than Royce Lewis.
Okay, so if we go 7 Buck, and that leaves us with 8, 9, 10. I think there has to be another Viking on here for sure. Jordan Addison.
I thought of that. Yeah.
The Viking options are Andrew Van Ginkel, Jonathan Grenard, Jordan Addison, Brian O'Neill.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's Grenard. Then.
A sack master, a pressure master.
Yeah.
It's kind of who's the best player in the Vikings defense. Another way to look at this.
A top 5 defense.
Yeah.
Brian Flores.
It's loaded. I know.
Someone from that defense belongs on this list.
If we're including coaches, Kevin O'Connell is in the top 5.
Wow.
For sure. If you included coaches.
Well, if this branched out to sports figures.
Yeah, if you did Minnesota most important Minnesota sports figures.
Chris Finch. I mean, Chris Finch is winning playoff series. Don't sleep on that.
Out-coaching JJ Redick.
Won 2 series a year ago. Beat the Lakers this time around.
Yeah. Jonathan Grenard is kind of the flashy figurehead of that defense because of all the sacks. He was
right.
What was he, like 5th in sacks last year? Well, he had 12 sacks, I guess, last year. But I would argue that Andrew Van Ginkel is the more impactful overall defensive player. It's hard because they have so many.
I was going to say I can't make that distinction
pieces on that defense
right
now.
That's
you
a
could
hard
make a case
distinction
that Blake Cashman should be in that conversation. Boy. I feel like Van Ginkel and Grenard both deserve a place in here.
Okay.
If we did what if we did Grenard and Van Ginkel
as a combo,
8 and 9, and then we have a 10th spot reserved for Royce Lewis, Jordan. Who would be the 10th? Royce Lewis, Jordan Addison.
What about Joe Ryan? Is Joe Ryan the best pitcher? I mean, Pablo's kind of scuffled a bit at times. Pablo has the best stuff, but Joe Ryan's been more consistent. Well, hell, Phil loves Bailey Ober. Is it Bailey Ober?
I do, but you can't ignore. I'm saying Bailey Ober after the first start. You can't ignore that.
Here's one for you. Does Brock Faber belong on this list?
Is he the second best Wild player? He probably is, right?
Yeah. Top defenseman. He's, 24 or so? I mean, he plays unbelievable amount of minutes.
Okay.
I mean, he is a top athlete.
I think you'd have to make that distinction. Sometimes it's hard with defensemen in hockey to quantify their value, much like a left tackle, I guess, in the NFL.
Right, but he plays a ton. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's young, but he plays like he's 30 years old. So he'd be the other one from the Wild that I would submit, I think.
Okay, so we have 1 spot remaining here because we're putting 4 Vikings on this. They're a 14-win team with a top 5 defense. It's hard not to put 4 Vikings on this list. So that means we have 1 spot left for one of these people: Royce Lewis, Jordan Addison, Joe Ryan, Brock Faber. I'll say Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, in fairness to them, in the discussion.
Yep.
Naz Reid, I guess, in fairness, in the discussion.
I feel like we should pick one of the two Vikings rushers, not both of them. I feel like it's a lot to put them both on. I feel like we need to pick one.
Van Ginkel or Grenard? Let's vote. Judd.
Boy, that's tough.
I go Grenard.
Tough.
Personally. So whatever you guys.
I'll go Grenard. Grenard was like top 5 in pressures.
I feel like we're splitting hairs here, but I don't feel like we can devote 2 spots in a top 10 to it. So yes, that's fine.
Okay. Grenard is 8.
Grenard is 8. So that opens up 2 spots.
Yep. Let's put Brock Faber 10.
Let's do it.
You want to put Brock Faber 10?
Sure.
I think it's fair because he's also, of those guys, he's been playing. Number one, he's been playing. He's not hurt.
Right.
And there's not a lot of inconsistencies with like his game and his floor. Like Royce is hurt a lot. Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels can be a little streaky. Like Judd, I think like the worst nights of Brock Faber are nothing compared to the worst nights of the other ones.
He's not like streaky up and down like that.
He's consistent.
I actually think Julius Randle is like pretty consistent, and I would fight for him to be 9th over because he's playing. Like he plays. Royce Lewis doesn't play.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Julius
with that.
Randle being 9th on this list, and then Jaden would be so that would go Anthony Edwards 1, Justin Jefferson 2, Kirill Kaprizov 3, Nafisa Collier 4, Darisaw 5, Gobert 6, Byron Buxton 7, Jonathan Grenard 8, Julius Randle 9, Brock Faber 10.
No problem with this.
Honorable mentions to Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, Joe Ryan, Jordan Addison, Royce Lewis.
Royce can have one too. Yeah. I think that's very fair.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, I think the top 5 is hard. Like that's a tough competition. But I think that 10 is a lot because it's like, yeah, it's good. But I mean, those top 4 are great.
I feel like there's been some real meager years when we've done this where it's actually kind of hard to get to like 10 or 11. I feel like we're snubbing 5 or 6 very worthy athletes.
Very good players, yeah. But those top 4, arguably 5, are like superstars at what they do.
Yeah. We're in good hands around here right now.
It is remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
The talent here. The talent. Yes, I have a statement, not a question. And my statement is this. I don't think there is anything better in all of sports than a Game 7 in hockey. So we saw 2 in the past 2 days. And it's not just that like, oh, I love hockey, which I do, but they're off the rails. They are off the bleeping rails. So on Saturday, the Stars are playing the Avs. And the Avs score early third period to go up 2-rip. It looks very, very bad for Dallas. Mikko Rantanen, who was traded to Carolina by Colorado after an extended period of greatness there, but there was a contract fallout, and the Avs basically said, we can't keep him, trades him to the Eastern Conference. All well and good, until the Carolina Hurricanes are like, we can't sign you, so we're going to trade you before the deadline again. And they flip him to Dallas, and he scores a hat trick in the third period and figures in every single goal as Dallas knocks off the Avs, who made all of these trades at the deadline to get past this round. Absolutely great. Okay, Sunday night, Winnipeg, St. Louis, Game 7. Okay, St. Louis. Hellebuck, the Jets goaltender, has been, at least on the road, he's been dreadful. It's been lifted from every game in St. Louis. And the Blues score an early goal. And then they score another goal. This one's very soft. And you're like, oh, the Blues are going to run them out of the building. The Jets, the best team in hockey. This is an embarrassment. 2 overtimes. Hellebuck settles down. And the Jets come back and win in double OT.
I mean, bury the lead with 1.3 seconds left. The tying goal happened with 1.3 seconds left.
They were down. The Jets were by 2 goals with like 2 minutes left. They score a goal, and then the Blues absolutely screw the pooch. The puck's in the corner, in their zone. All they have to do is tie it up. They somehow allow it to get loose. And yes, Cole Perfetti, who, by the way, not to complain because I don't like to, Cole Perfetti was taken 1 pick after Marco Rossi in the 2020 draft. He was taken 10th, Rossi 9th. Let's see. Marco on the 4th line, Cole Perfetti scores a huge goal. I wonder why, because one guy was playing. But Game 7s, they are in hockey. They are crazy. They are absolutely crazy.
Dude, that was. I didn't see it live, but watching the highlight of the Jets tying that game up was that I don't have any stake in the game. Not a Blues fan, not a Jets fan. Oh my God. To be a Blues fan, and I get it's the first round. It's one thing if it's like the conference finals or something, and the Blues won a cup recently, so they're fine. But that was brutal. And you're watching, because you watch enough hockey games count down, and there's just certain, with like 5, 4, 3, when the puck is in certain places, the game's just over. There's no possible way. And watching the highlight, I was like, there's no way, 3 seconds left. There's no way. And somehow that puck gets loose and centered.
It was a great play. But I mean, the Jets were absolutely dead. But the bizarreness, I think that's the best word. The bizarre things that can take place in a 7th game makes it, if you don't have a stake in it, it makes it great. If you do have a stake, it could probably in very Vikings fashion, rip your heart out quickly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic.
I would think, and once that tying goal was scored, the Blues players, the goalie, and then a couple other dudes literally laid on the ice, and then the players were hanging over the boards like they had lost, because it feels like you did.
Yep.
How do you then go in, by the time you get into the locker room or the room, you get about 10 minutes maybe, and 8 minutes maybe, but then you put your gear back on, to even mentally reset to get it through the first overtime into a second overtime. It's just got to be really hard to, because you're looking at the clock too, and you think the game is over, and boom, now it's tied. You got to go play overtime, Game 7. Oh,
absolutely
devastating. Okay, we'll get to Declan here. Weekend statement in a moment. I guess here's a statement. Legit Pizza, Pep's Legit Pizza, is very much legit. It lives up to the namesake. That crunchy, stone-baked, cracker-thin crust, zesty tomato sauce, the toppings that are so delicious, exceptional ingredients. You can find Legit Pizzas in a frozen section near you at your grocery store. Cut it into squares for the full Minnesota authentic experience, but it's that at-home pizza parlor experience vibes that you get with Legit Pizzas that make it the best frozen pizza, in my opinion. Fantastic. We got a little pizza cooker. Throw that thing in for like 15 minutes. I like it to be a little overcooked. And it's fantastic. Put some crushed red pepper on there, the whole thing. Pep's Legit Pizza. Also, Federated Insurance powering the Mackey and Judd show for years and years. And they're helping power businesses with a game plan to stay focused on safety and preventing claims. Partner with Federated if you're looking for just better frontline protection, better risk management, a better guiding hand to go along with your business. Federated offers a customizable lineup of industry-specific coverages and risk management services to help you continue your winning streak as a business owner. Federatedinsurance.com, where it's our business to protect yours.
All right, so my statement is I feel accomplished. I feel very accomplished. Moving is not fun. Thankfully, my friends at 2 Men in a Truck really came through. Shameless self-plug. They were able to get all that big stuff. But still, like, my wife and I were loading up cars over the last 2 weeks, making multiple trips, taking as much stuff as we can. It's still tiring and exhausting and all that stuff that goes into moving. But then you get everything in the house. Now, my wife, who is a planner and likes things executed in her way, has done the majority of some of the pun intended heavy lifting with getting things away and all that stuff. But when you get into a new house, which, by the way, this is our first home that we've purchased, so it feels accomplishment, right? You know, I set up this desk on Saturday night. I felt really accomplished by that. I got the garage door garage door openers. Okay, I couldn't tell if I'm just an idiot, which is probably the case, but getting a garage door opener to program, a brand new one, which, by the way, the garage door actual opener in my garage is from 1993. I was born in 1992. It's an old garage door opener, and I got that sucker successfully programmed somehow. It feels accomplished. It feels accomplished after all the stuff we had to do with the move and all that stuff. You get inside your house, it feels good. I feel a sense of accomplishment. over the last 48 hours or so.
Okay, Judd, do you have any advice
Bravo,
for?
Oh no,
wow,
I think Declan's doing this perfectly.
You would have gotten dinged there for the self-congratulatory on the O-line committee. But do you have any advice for Dex now that he feels so accomplished owning a home here as a longtime homeowner?
Two things. One, be prepared to never move again.
Oh yeah.
Like once you move, like I'm here until I'm dead. So be prepared.
There's
no
exceptions at all.
No exceptions.
Whatsoever?
Not unless the state comes and gets my old carcass from the house and sticks me in a home. Very possible someday. But where I will say you're a genius is allowing your wife to plan or like do what she wants. Because there's some households where both people have opinions, right? I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of friction there. I have no opinions. Whatever you want to do, like give me my room. I want my room. But after that, you can have the entire house. So bravo, Dex. I feel like you've achieved a very, very big first step in a successful marriage by allowing her to basically run the operation.
Well, but you also want to help. Like,
yeah.
You can't
oh,
just,
no,
like,
but I'm
not
saying,
help.
no, I'm saying you can move things around. No, I'm saying it sounds like she is deciding where things are going to go, like how it's going to look. Like you've got your fiefdom, you've got your little room, which is awesome, but you're not like, oh, I think we should paint it this color, or I think we should do this instead.
Do you have it like, what else is going to be in that room? You got the 2 chairs back there for the YouTube audience.
Here, let's see if I can.
Is this a joint use room here?
This is the doctor will see you now situation here. You can just sit in the little waiting room.
Okay.
But is this just your office, or is it like
No.
it's a multi-purpose room that is also your office?
I'm in the basement actually. So this is the entire basement.
I like your floor back there.
Yeah. So actually, let's can I spin around a little bit?
Yeah,
Can I spin around a little bit?
like
So there's the
Ghost.
steps, and there's like where the furnace and our laundry is.
Yep, pantry.
And then
like
around the
poltergeist
wall
in there.
here, as I do Cloverfield, and no one pukes as I try to get back here.
Yeah, that's great.
We're gonna eventually put new furniture like couches and stuff that we haven't purchased yet, and like a TV down here. So like it'll turn into like a little man cave. My wife also wants a treadmill somewhere. I don't know where that's gonna go yet, but we have some stuff that we're definitely gonna do down here. The number one thing, so we actually leave for San Diego tomorrow, and we're there through Saturday. We do not have a lawnmower, and our grass needs some cutting. So when we get back on Saturday, most likely on even Sunday, even maybe Mother's Day, I will be going to Lowe's or wherever, Home Depot, to get a lawnmower because it's time to cut the lawn. Which, fun fact, I have never once in my life mowed a lawn.
Yeah.
I think I've shared
about
that story before.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know that I remember that. That's
I've-
pretty
Because your
wild.
dad did.
Dude, be careful, okay?
I know. My wife likes to do it. And I was like, I will mow the lawn. I
have
will
her
mow
do
the
it.
lawn. It's fine. I can mow the lawn.
She
I
wants
love
to do it.
snow removal.
Famous
Snow removal is
last
great.
words.
Yeah.
Everything's fine until your foot has to be.
A finger is missing.
I mean, but
Everybody.
lawnmowers today, like new ones, like they basically operate themselves. So I'm not too worried about it not being able to figure it out.
Isn't there like someone this weekend in the neighbor? I suppose you don't know your neighbors yet, right? Is there
I know
like
Debbie.
like
Debbie's
a
nice
14-year-old?
next
Can you pay Debbie $20 or something
Just find a
to?
kid.
I could I did consider. I told Kelsey that I was like, can we just hire someone? Like, I'm totally cool paying $25-$40, whatever the freight is.
40?
for-
Is that the going cost now?
I think,
It's
yeah.
40.
I
We have a pretty
once said
small
20
lawn.
and got laughed at, so I think it's around 40 now.
Okay.
Do you guys pay someone, Judd? Do you have like a lawnmower? Okay.
I do it.
How old's your mower?
Well, I ruined the last one a couple of years back because I didn't change the oil, so it's 2 years old now. It wouldn't start, and I'm like, what's wrong? I took it in, and they're like, this oil was never changed.
Oh, I remember that.
It's ruined. Your lawnmower's ruined. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I went and bought another one. They're not. I mean,
How long had you used it without changing the oil?
4 years.
Yeah.
But then with this one, I flooded it because I accidentally changed the oil last summer, and I put in too much, and so it wouldn't start. So I took
So
it
you've
in,
ruined 2 of them now.
and it cost me. Well, no, I didn't ruin this one. It cost me $100 to get it flushed. So
Okay.
they had to take. So, long story short, somebody develop a lawnmower that doesn't need oil, and I'll just buy that one instead.
Yeah, there's electric ones.
I don't want to buy electric ones. I got
There's
to plug
electric.
those.
There's
and
electric. I think that's one we're gonna get.
I
But
just
wait,
want a normal
you just said
gasoline
someone
one.
developed
Yeah.
a lawnmower
No,
that
I want
doesn't
one with
use
gasoline.
oil,
I
and
don't mind the
Declan said, "Here's an option," and
Yeah,
you're like,
I
"I don't want to plug that
I
in."
don't wanna
so
plug it in.
how are you expecting to get it to run if you don't
Gasoline.
want to?
I just don't want oil.
You need oil.
Let's get rid of oil. Can't we develop? It's 2025. Develop
What is
something that
this?
runs on gasoline alone. You know what?
You
Oil
want-
overrated. Oil's overrated. You know what an oil change in my car costs now? It's like $105.
Yeah,
'Cause
get an electric vehicle. Well, I don't want to plug it in.
I don't
Okay,
wanna
well,
plug-
those
I'm
are
not
your
gonna-
options.
I'm not going to plug it in. I just want something that runs without oil.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
There's
no, I'm not
plenty
doing-
of things, but you might
Top
have to
5
plug them
Judd
in.
gripe I've
I'm
ever
tired.
heard.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of traffic. I'm tired of everything. Somebody make my life easier. 94. I'm so sick of 94. I don't want to talk about it. They closed the tunnel on me last week after a Wild game. It took
First
me
they closed the
forever to get-
lanes, and now they're closing
There's
the whole
nothing
thing.
open. It's like just
ridiculous.
close the entire bleeping thing.
And then there's construction going on the side streets that people are trying to
Yes.
use. Like,
I
oh,
know.
go over this way.
It's I've bitched about it before. I'm not going to.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
So Declan becoming
congratulations,
an
Dex.
adult.
Thank you.
Nice move.
And
Thank you.
Judd looking for alternative options. And
I don't want oil.
and Mackey happily renting for the time being here. But all right, guys, that's a wrap on these weekend statements here, Minnesota sports with Mackey and Judd. See ya.